Hello, class. My name is Kevin Lopez, and this is my personal narrative. There are many people out there who claim that hip hop is their lives and that is the only type of music that they will ever listen to. I certainly say that that is not the case for me. As for my personal preference is towards rock and heavy metal. I can never really say that I had that deep spiritual connection with hip hop. As for the only connection that I did have with it was through mainstream radio. I was never one of those kids that was into those mixtapes, underground music. All of that was unknown to me, and I much less had no idea that was going on. As for all I did was listen to rock. There are many people out there who listen to Run DMC. Public Enemy.
Feel good, it might sound a little something, but damn the game if it don't mean nothing. What is game? Who got game? Where's the game in life? Behind the game, behind the game.
Tupac.
Even though we had different daddies, the same drama. When things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell.
Notorious B.I.G.
I die, fuck it, I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell. It don't make sense going to heaven with the goody goodies.
Ice Cube.
Ain't nothing to it. Gangsta rap made me do it. I'm raw as a dirty needle. Choke a ego just to feed all my people. Lyrically, I'm so lethal.
Eminem.
I jam 'cause I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
These are all songs that young kids my age were listening to who were really into hip-hop music. I didn't hear any of this if it didn't come in the mainstream music. As for my hip-hop taste wasn't really anything beyond the mainstream. Even though my relationship with hip-hop music was only bound to the mainstream, that does not mean that my connection with the hip-hop culture is bound to that. One of the major things that the hip-hop culture has affected my life is through its art form. Other words known as graffiti. There are many people out there who see graffiti as a way to destroy communities, something that's offensive, something that brings down property values, but others see it as a form to express themselves. Even though it might not be on a personal level, it does in a cultural perspective. A perfect example of this is the artist known as Create. Create is an artist who uses graffiti as a method to inform others of the rich and cultural background of African Americans. A perfect example of his artwork is a mural that he and other colleagues created on Westmount and Crenshaw Boulevard. This mural shows the struggle that they faced as slaves, the hardships they had to endure during the civil rights movement, and its heroes such as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. There's also some references to the importance of jazz music and the Black Panthers. Sure, there are many people out there that say that they live their lives by hip-hop. This means that the music they listen to, the art they create or see, and the dance moves they perform when breakdancing has at one point affected their point of view on others or even themselves. If I would have to say anything about how hip-hop has affected my view on race, gender, sexuality, or class, I can honestly say it hasn't, even though the typical Hollywood hip-hop makes one believe that it's all about the hood, gangsters, and that all women are undermined and seen as second-class citizens in a way. I personally see hip-hop, or at least the mainstream side of it, as a bit negative and male-dominated, since most women are depicted as the object of attention, while the men are the ones running the show. Not only is the mainstream side of hip-hop already male-dominated, but it is extremely homophobic. Just for the fact that hip-hop is a male-dominated industry, it therefore makes it more difficult for female artists to get that true exposure to go out there and to be at the same level that male artists are. Not only is it extremely difficult for female artists to get that exposure, but just thinking about how difficult it must be for gays, lesbians, and transvestites to get into this industry makes it seem that hip-hop will always remain a male-dominated industry, and that is a fact that will never change. So this concludes my presentation on my views of hip-hop and my connection with hip-hop. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.